Aloha, my friends, and wow, are these energies something else? Usually when we have a full moon eclipse like we had on Sunday, there's usually a moment we get like a little bit of a pause. However, we have this new moon solar eclipse coming up on April 8th. And the energetics are fire. They are fire, but they're water. If that makes sense. We have 6 planets currently in Pisces. And forgive my camera. I literally broke my camera tonight. So I apologize. Hopefully I will be getting a new camera soon. That's what these energies are like. They're just intense. Why is it so intense? Well, one thing is that Venus, the planet of love, the planet of femininity, went into Pisces tonight. And so the female energy is gone into water. And so female energy is naturally water, right? It's naturally intuitive. It's naturally feeling based. And so for Venus to go into water means that the intuitive feminine just got even more intuitive, even more in tune with psychic energy. We have the destiny point. We have Chiron all in Pisces. And so I'm sorry I haven't been here live with you all. I promise to come every day. And then these energies got me after Monday. I think I talked about there being solar flare activity, like huge X-class gamma rays from the sun hitting the planet Monday and Tuesday. And y'all, I felt it. It was like so much. So what might that mean, right? When you get those X-class solar flares from the sun? Is imagine this incredible burst of solar light coming onto the planet, and that shines light onto shadow. Okay, it shines light onto shadow. And so what that means is that anywhere we have anything undigested, unresolved, unfelt, it is going to come up into the consciousness to be felt and perceived. And eclipses, even if it's at a new moon, they act to turn that new moon into the intensity of a full moon. Okay? And so this is very powerful. And this this upcoming new moon eclipse is in Pisces. So we have 6 planets in Pisces right now. We have Venus, we have Neptune, we have the Sun, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, Mercury. So the planet of love. We have the planet of mysticism, spirituality. We have the sun. We have Mercury. And we also have the destiny point, which is our future self. It's who we're becoming. Conjunct. So the sun, Chiron, the wounded healer, and our destiny point, all in Pisces. And Pisces is, oh my God. How do you put Pisces into words? I mean, Pisces is probably, well, one, it's the last constellation of the zodiac. So it's the final frontier. It's the final frontier before the new beginning. Lotus, I thought it was spring. I thought this new beginning was starting. Right. Well, Aries season does not actually begin until April 22nd. And so we are full on in water season right now. The sun is in a water sign. Venus is in a water sign. Mercury is in a water sign. Chiron, the wounded healer, is in a water sign. Venus, the planet of love, is in a water sign. So what is water? Water is intuition, right? Water is something that we feel, we sense, we experience. Water is something that you can't grasp with your mind. You can't explain it logically. You can't solve it with your mind. You can only solve it with your intuition. You can only solve it through feeling it, through sensing it, through perceiving it, okay? And so if you are in a state or a place where you're trying to figure it out with your mind, you may be hitting walls and obstacles because Pisces is asking us to go within. Pisces asks us to listen with our heart. Who is the most popular, most well-known figure that people could relate to the energy of Pisces? That would be Jesus. Jesus is probably the most Piscean master of all time. And it's so interesting to me that we're approaching this new moon eclipse And Easter Sunday is occurring this coming Sunday, March 29th. No, not 29th, March 30th. Okay, and so what that means to me with the wounded healer and the destiny point conjunct with Easter in the middle is that very deep themes around our psychic, our spiritual gifts are being brought to the surface. If you're on this channel and you're watching this video, I can almost guarantee that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience on this earth, and that you have gifts. You have deep, divine, powerful gifts from God. And perhaps with the destiny point conjuncting Pisces right now, you may be being called to share those gifts. And that might be very uncomfortable, because how have people who have shared their spiritual gifts been treated for thousands of years, right? And you can just look at the story of Jesus, right? He came out, he proclaimed, I am the Son, right? And shared his spiritual gifts of love, harmony, peace, and he went through quite a lot of pain and suffering, right? And we know this story. And how many of us have lived through this story one way or the other, and if you believe in past lives or not, either in this life or past or your ancestors, where someone was being their true, authentic, soul-led self, soul-led, and they were ostracized, they were humiliated, they were stoned. How many of us have gone through pain, and even in this life, for revealing our spiritual gifts to others, for sharing an insight that maybe didn't fit into the mainstream narrative, right? And so there may be a fear in the collective around the authentic expression of our soul. And it also traces its root back to the expression of the divine feminine. The divine feminine's expression of her beingness. The divine feminine feeling safe to share her wisdom, to share her truth, for peace and for calm, for introspection, to be valued and important. Are you someone tuned into peace? Are you someone tuned into the divine feminine essence of beingness? Have you belittled, or have other people belittled, your connection to being, feeling, expression? How much do we value our creative expression? Painting, music, dance, being free with our bodies, right? With the destiny point in Pisces for this entire year of 2024, currently conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer, the wound of our creative expression, our spiritual expression, our connection to God, Source, the higher power, whatever your belief in God is up in the air. It's up. It's up to be perceived and felt and healed. Okay? And this is not something that we're going to do alone and isolated. This is something that needs to be talked about. This is something where we need to feel safe finally. We need to give each other and create the communities where we feel safe to open up our spiritual truth and share that with each other. And so I want to invite you, just in this moment, to imagine with me what it would feel like to finally feel safe in our community and our collective on our planet, to express the gifts of our spiritual beingness, to fully embody the divine gifts of love that God, Source, Universe have bestowed upon us. What would it be like to walk down the street in full exaltation of the bright, brilliant gifts that are within your spirit? What would it be like to finally allow the truth of who you are to channel through you to the world? How much have you been holding back? And I say that to my own self. How much have I been holding back? Because I have. And that may be surprising because I'm on here a lot, but I have been holding back. I have been holding back gifts of sound and song and channeling spiritual energy because I've been afraid. I've been afraid to share the fullness of who I am. But the energies and the astrology are asking us to go deeper. They are asking us to share more, to heal that which has been hurt, and to express that which needs to be said. And so I want to share with you all, if you have a gift for channeling, if you have a gift for music and song, if you have a gift for dance, if you have a gift to simply be at peace, that gift is actually highly in demand right now, this year, heading into this new moon eclipse. Because we are being asked to heal that divine feminine essence, to give priority and power to the purpose within our heart and within our soul, that it is worthy of our time. It is worthy of our attention. It is worthy of our soul beingness to express itself right here and now in the moment that we find ourselves in. And so I want to encourage you. I want to speak to that spiritual essence of you and encourage you to share your gifts. I know how scary it is. I know how much pain there has been. But this world is asking for us to open up to our spiritual gifts and to allow the divine beauty that is within our hearts to come through. Imagine if we all got up here and simply shared the beauty of our heart and our soul across this great interweb, across this world. What would happen if we all just got on here and shared the beauty of our essence with each other and stopped holding back? Just because we've been taught that it's not safe doesn't mean that we don't have a chance for a future. And so I just want to encourage you to share your gifts and to honor them and to give space for your essence to come through, because it is time. It is time. Oh, it is so time. And so if there's something you've been putting off or you haven't been valuing your essence and your energy and your creation, I want to invite you to do it. I want to invite you to pick up that paintbrush. I want to invite you to pick up the phone, to pick up your life and to choose it, to really choose your path and your purpose and to own it through every molecule of your being. I am here for this, and I know I am here for this. And I am going to do it, and that is it, period. Because the soul came here, your soul, my soul. We came here. We came here to embody the gifts of our soul. And so that's one reason I share these astrology charts, is they assist people to go deeper. If you're looking for guidance, I'm here. I have a lot of information that I can share with you about you. And so if that's something you're looking for, reach out to me. I've spent 20 years of my life getting in touch with me so that I can get on here and I can encourage all of you to get in touch with you. It's kind of funny how that works. Kind of funny. And yet so beautiful and perfect. I have walked through my own fires. I am through my own waters to be able to share the truth of myself. And it is a gift and a blessing beyond compare. And I want you all to feel that divine spark of spirit in your soul of, yes, I can share what I am here to share. I have the power, I have the purpose, I have the drive, and I am allowed, gosh darn it, I am allowed to share my gifts, my spiritual gifts, my intuition, my emotion, my feeling. It is time for the divine feminine essence, the beingness, the yin. That's why I'm here in the darkness, right? It is time for the yin to feel safe, to be seen. It's time. It's time. Whew. Thank you all. Thank you all for letting me share my heart with you all. It's been a really intense week. It's been very intense. And I know that each of us are going through our own version of a challenge. And I want to share with you a little story about that. So In ancient Greek mythology and in the stars, there's something called Cetus. And Cetus is a constellation in the shape of a whale or a sea monster. And Cetus was in the employ of Neptune, the god of the sea, right, with his big trident. And Cetus, is this serpent-like creature swirling in the waters, and he would go wherever King Neptune would send him. And so right now, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, Neptune, all these 6 planets, the destiny point, and Chiron are all right around where Cetus's tail curves. And then we've got Jupiter and Uranus right around its head. So we've got 7 or 8 things right along the body of Cetus. And Cetus is something to watch out for in astrology, I've noticed. Because last year, when this was happening, had some pretty crazy events happen on my property. I won't go into them now, but it was really intense. Okay? And so Cetus is a constellation representing a sea monster. And right now about 8 planets are around the sea monster in the sky. And so I want to tell you the story of Cetus, and maybe this will give you a little bit of hope. Okay. So in Greek mythology, there was a beautiful princess, and she claimed that she was more beautiful than even Neptune's nymphs, and they were like sea beings. And so Neptune grew really angry and said, I'm going to send Cetus, my sea monster, at you. And he's going to destroy your village, and he's going to take you hostage, and that's going to be the end of you. And so Cetus came to her village, and everyone was terrified. He was destroying towers. He was just, kidnapping people. And then he came and he kidnapped the princess, and he took her to a rock. And so there's the princess. She's like, oh gosh, why did I claim I was more beautiful than all the nymphs? She's like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And she's like, this is it. She's on a rock in the middle of the ocean. She's got Cetus coiling around her, and she feels all this fear. She's afraid. She's terrified. This is it. This is it. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Right? And so that's a little bit of the energy of Cetus, is this feeling of fear and being backed up against a corner. And so there she is in her darkest hour. And then, all of a sudden, a great hero, Perseus. In Greek mythology, you know who Perseus is. He's one of the great heroes. Comes flying in on a Pegasus, which is a flying horse, with Medusa's head, these snakes wiggling all around it. And he holds the head up and turns Cetus into stone. And there's the princess in shock because she's just been rescued from what she thought was her sure demise. Okay? Wow. So here's a really bad thing, and suddenly a miracle happens. A miracle. Her life is saved. And then, of course, her and Perseus, the hero, fall in love. They fall in love. And Perseus says, hey, you want to come be the queen of this really beautiful kingdom near Greece? She's like, yes. And so she travels with him and becomes the queen of an entirely new land. Her territory is much bigger. She's wealthier. She's happier. She's in love. And here she was, just moments before, thinking, this is it. This is the end. And guess what? It wasn't. In fact, it was just the beginning. So my friends, the moral of this story is, if you are going through something intense, deep, scary, if things from your subconscious are coming to the surface right now, which they are because we're being asked to grow into our next level. Yeah, we're facing the terror barrier between where we were, who we were, and what we're becoming, the greatness of our being. The good news is this challenge that you're in may very well be the opening into your greatest achievement, into your greatest success, into true love, into happiness. And so I just want to encourage you, if you're feeling this, you could be feeling those 8 planets curved around Satis's body as we go through the belly of the beast, so to speak, to come out the other side. And what will be on that other side? Well, why don't we choose love? Why don't we choose happiness? Why don't we choose trusting our own self for once? And finally following what we're happiest and most passionate about. There is something in your heart and in your soul that has been needing to come out. And I sense and I perceive and I know that this new moon eclipse is asking all of us to get more in touch with that thing we haven't been listening to and actually do it. That can be so uncomfortable. So if you're in that position and you're feeling that, I want to just kind of collectively reach out to all of us and say, hey, friends, we've got this. Why? Why do we have this? Because the divine feminine essence within our beingness is calling us. It is calling us that we can choose through our divine feminine essence. For men, for women, we can choose. We can choose joy. We can choose happiness. And so we may be, thank you, Carrie, that's beautiful. Yes, we can choose what we desire. Yes, we can choose what we desire. And the universe and the constellations and the planetary bodies are inviting us to be pushed up against that edge of our beingness through the fear and the terror of that growth cycle, and to come through it to the other side of what our true self is here to embody. Can I get an amen? Because we are here for what our soul chose for us to live. And when we align to that, holy cow, sparks fly. Sparks fly, and it is beautiful and it is divine. And I want to encourage you all to choose that. Even though it might be scary right now, even though what you thought you were supposed to do, the way you were choosing, the direction you thought you were supposed to go, maybe that's not working out the way you anticipated. And so you may be being called to go deeper and to choose more for yourself, to choose something bigger than you even imagined. And that's like, whoa, right? That's like, whoa. But just like the story of Satis and the princess, she faced that fear. She faced it. And at that moment when she thought that was it, everything changed for the best. And her whole life that she thought was done became the best it has absolutely ever been in her entire life. And so I want to invite you to imagine that with me and to set that intention. And I will be leading a new moon event leading up to this full moon eclipse. I will let you know the date. But I would like to gather as many people as would like to join me to set some powerful new moon intentions for this coming eclipse. New moon intentions of what we want to create in this next 6-month cycle. I will be back on here tomorrow to dive into that more deeply. I will also be joining a panel tomorrow night to go into depth about this coming eclipse. This is powerful, my friends. We're in this together, yeah? We're all feeling each other. There's a beautiful collective family, and I just want to send so much love out to all of you. We're in this together. We're not alone. We're not separate. No matter where we are in time and space, we are friggin' connected, and the power we hold as a community, as a tribe, is profound. In this moment, right here, right now, we have the power to create miracles in our lives, in other people's lives, in the world. And so let us claim that and let us own that and set the intention that we're going to call that in And we are creating the future, the reality, the vision we wish to live in right here, right now. It is time. We have that power. We have that power. Please leave questions if you have questions about the planets and the signs that they're in and what's going on. If you want to know more, comment below. If you want to share your story of what you've been processing through, if you have any need support or you'd like to share your story, please feel free to. I just want to send so much love to you. I really appreciate you all, and I appreciate your support and sharing my message, which is really a message for all of us. I get on here to share the information that will support us all in rising higher and feeling our best. So I just want to honor you all. I appreciate you all for jumping on here with me tonight. I know this is exciting energy, this eclipse, and all of us are trying to figure out, what does it mean, right? We're feeling it. It's alive. It's potent. So call that in. Be focused right now. Pisces, 6 planets in Pisces, the destiny point in Pisces. We're being asked to create from our imagination, from our intuition, from the magic of our dreams. Pisces is dreams. Are you listening to your dreams? Are you following your dreams? Are you creating that which you wish to dream? Put on a movie. Chill out. Get into the feeling state of what it is you want to create. Trust yourself. There is so much coming through right now. We are not in a normal time. And in fact, we are ascending into higher and higher levels of beingness. And for that reason, I want to invite you to really step into that, really own that, and know that you're going in the right direction. You really are. If you feel the love, if you feel the joy, if you feel the lightness, you are on the right track. You know, I was like, I can't make videos. I broke my camera. And I just got so inspired tonight to jump on here because I don't care anymore about what I look like or how I come across. What I care about is the fact that in this moment, our hearts can connect and we can choose to create a beautiful world by claiming our power over these challenging times and choosing to align to our highest and our best good. So I just send you massive love, and the encouragement to go for it. Really go for it, you know? Go for it. What is that dream? What is that dream in your heart? What is that dream in your soul? How can you bring that through? Right? One of my dreams is to assist people to connect to nature. Yeah, it's to bring y'all out into the wild, spiritual beingness of nature and to assist everyone to feel it and to imbibe it and to vibrate in tune with it. I think we're being called back to oneness and back to connection to source right now. And so how do we do that? One of the best places is in nature. So if you're looking for some advice or invitations of what can I do to feel better right now, get near some water. Pisces rules water. Get near nature. Get grounded. Get in tune with your dreams. If you have more questions, comment below. I love you all. I hope you have a really beautiful night. And I'm excited to come back here and share more soon.